The lights blaze across the packed arena, cameras flashing from every angle, and the atmosphere is electric. You can feel the tension, the roar of the crowd vibrating through the floor. Two names that shook the boxing world are about to collide. Jake Paul, the YouTuber turned knockout artist, versus Anthony Joshua, the Olympic champion, the heavyweight powerhouse, and a man whose punches can end careers. The energy is unreal. Fans from all over the world have come to witness history. Skeptics, supporters, and haters all united for one reason: to see what happens when a fearless entertainer meets a seasoned warrior. Every eye is locked on the ring. Every breath is held. This isn't just another fight. This is the ultimate collision of confidence and power. As both fighters make their entrances, the crowd explodes. Jake Paul walks in first, the villain to some, the hero to others. Confident, smirking, feeding off the noise. He looks sharper, leaner, and colder than ever before. Across the ring, Anthony Joshua walks out calm and focused, his trademark stare locked on Jake. His body language says it all. This isn't entertainment. It's a mission. The cameras zoom in, sweat glistening under the bright lights. The chants grow louder. "Jake! Jake! Jake!" mixes with AJ, AJ. The sound becomes a storm. And then, silence. The bell echoes. The war begins. Jake steps forward fast, testing his jab, flicking it with purpose. Joshua doesn't move much. He watches, analyzes every punch like a calculation. Jake's trying to prove he belongs here, and the aggression is there. His movements are sharp, his confidence sky high. You can hear the crowd reacting to every strike, cheers, gasps, and shouts of disbelief. Joshua starts to respond, heavy hands, thudding shots that shake the air. The power difference is real, but Jake refuses to back down. He's trading, he's landing, he's showing the world that this isn't luck. This is skill earned through blood and sweat. The crowd's energy doubles. Phones up, flashes everywhere, fans screaming as both men go toe-to-toe. Every hit echoes like thunder. You can hear the smack of leather against skin. Jake lands a clean combination. Joshua grins, unfazed, and fires back with a brutal counter that nearly sends Jake stumbling. The crowd roars. This isn't a mismatch. This is a brawl. The atmosphere is chaos. You can see the shock in people's faces. Jake Paul is actually holding his ground against Anthony Joshua. He's not running. He's standing there, trading with a world champion. Each second feels heavier, the tension unbearable. Every movement, every breath feels like it could decide the fight. The commentators are losing their minds. Jake's confidence hasn't faded. His right hand is cocked, ready to detonate. Joshua's eyes narrow. He knows that one mistake could change everything. The fight becomes psychological now. Patience versus pressure, experience versus hunger. And then it happens. A huge exchange in the center. Jake launches a massive overhand right that lands flush. The arena gasps. Joshua absorbs it but comes back with a monstrous uppercut that shakes the ring. Jake eats it, stumbles, then fires back with pure fury. It's chaos! The fans are on their feet, screaming at the top of their lungs. Jake is throwing combinations like a man possessed. Joshua responds with thunderous body shots that make the audience wince. Sweat flies with every connection. Neither man is backing off. The ring is turning into a battlefield. Jake steps to the side, lands a slick hook, and suddenly, Joshua's balance falters for a split second. The crowd goes insane. Jake senses it. He moves in like a shark smelling blood. He's letting his hands go, wild energy, pure adrenaline. Joshua covers up, waiting, studying, absorbing. The noise in the arena is deafening. And then, boom! A counter from Joshua explodes. Jake staggers, the audience gasps, the tension breaks. But Jake grits his teeth, nods, and keeps coming. You can see it. The determination, the refusal to quit. This is Jake Paul like we've never seen him before. He's earned the crowd's respect tonight. The chants shift. Now the audience isn't divided. They're united in awe. Everyone's witnessing something they didn't believe possible. Jake Paul going toe-to-toe with one of the best heavyweights of this era. Joshua starts to regain control, landing his jab with precision, setting up power shots. But Jake keeps answering. You can see the frustration on Joshua's face. This fight isn't going as planned. He expected a walkover. Instead, he's in a war. Sweat pours down, gloves crash, and the sound of pure determination fills the air. Jake's coach yells from the corner, urging him to stay smart, stay calm. Joshua's corner shouts too, trying to keep their man composed. The crowd is split, the noise overwhelming. Suddenly Jake feints left, steps in and cracks Joshua with a brutal right hook. Joshua's knees buckle for a moment. The crowd explodes like never before. People are jumping, screaming, losing their minds. This is unreal. Jake Paul has rocked Anthony Joshua. The shockwaves run through the arena. Commentators can barely contain themselves. Jake Paul just shook Joshua. Joshua's instincts kick in. He clinches, holds, recovers. He's breathing heavy now. Jake backs off for a moment, pacing, smirking. He's talking, taunting, showing no fear. The underdog has become the aggressor. You can feel the energy shift. This fight has flipped upside down. Joshua throws a hard right hand that just grazes Jake's chin. Jake fires back instantly, a clean 1-2 that finds its mark. The crowd reacts to every punch. Sweat sprays with every hit. The arena is on fire. Joshua looks to reassert his dominance. Massive shots, dangerous combinations. But Jake's defense is tighter than expected. He's slipping, weaving, rolling under punches like a veteran. Every move earns him respect. And then comes the turning point. Jake circles left, baiting Joshua into a mistake. Joshua lunges with a straight right, and Jake times it perfectly. A vicious counter right hand lands square on Joshua's jaw. Time freezes. The sound is brutal. Joshua's legs shake. He tries to recover, but Jake follows up with a savage hook, and Joshua goes down hard. The crowd erupts. People are standing on chairs, shouting in disbelief. The entire arena is shaking. Phones in the air, fans screaming Jake's name. Jake Paul just dropped Anthony Joshua. Nobody can believe it. The referee checks on Joshua as Jake walks to the corner, arms raised, fire in his eyes. Joshua's trying to get up. His pride won't let him stay down. The crowd cheers him on. He's back on his feet barely, but Jake smells blood. The energy is insane. You can feel every heartbeat in the arena. Jake moves in, calm but deadly. He's patient now, waiting for the right opening. Joshua's trying to fight back, but the damage is visible. His legs are heavy, his punches slower. Jake lands another huge right hand that stuns him again, and then comes the final shot, a thunderous left hook. Clean, precise, unstoppable. Joshua crumbles. The referee dives in. It's over! It's done! Jake Paul has done the unthinkable. The crowd loses their minds. Some are cheering, some are in shock, some are silent, unable to process what they've just seen. Jake Paul, the internet star, the controversial showman, has just knocked out Anthony Joshua in brutal fashion. The ring is chaos. Cameras rush in, fans screaming, security flooding the floor. Jake climbs the ropes, roaring into the cameras, adrenaline surging through his veins. The energy is unbelievable. Commentators are speechless. The replays show it again and again. The timing, the precision, the power. Jake Paul's right hand changed the course of boxing history tonight. The internet is already on fire. Social media is exploding. Clips of the knockout are spreading like wildfire. Joshua sits on his stool, breathing heavily, his corner trying to calm him. He nods, accepting defeat like a warrior. The crowd gives him a standing ovation, respect for a champion who fought with heart. But tonight belongs to Jake Paul. Jake's team rushes into the ring, lifting him up, shouting, crying, celebrating the impossible. His brother Logan jumps in, screaming in disbelief. The entire arena becomes a storm of emotion. You can hear fans chanting, "Jake! Jake! Jake!" The moment is unforgettable. The interviewer steps in. Jake, out of breath, still shaking with energy, looks straight into the camera and says, "They said I couldn't do it. They said I was just a YouTuber. But tonight, I proved them all wrong." The crowd erupts again. It's not just a win. It's a statement. Jake Paul has cemented his legacy as one of the most shocking stories in boxing history. From internet fame to defeating one of the biggest names in heavyweight boxing, this moment will echo forever. The fight replay keeps looping on the big screens. That right hand, that perfect hook, the fall, the crowd explosion. Fans are chanting, hugging, shouting. Some still can't believe what they saw. This night will be talked about for decades. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua wasn't just a fight. It was a cultural earthquake. A moment when entertainment and sport collided and created something unforgettable. The crowd slowly begins to leave, but the energy lingers in the air. People are smiling, shouting, replaying the knockout on their phones. Jake stands in the center of the ring, arms raised, soaking in the moment. The lights dim, the music hits, and the legend is sealed. Jake Paul, the man who defied every critic, silenced every doubt, and delivered one of the most brutal knockouts in modern boxing history.